excited for Amy Bruni tonight?
I've got to get out of here. Help me.
So my name is Darcy Staniforth, and I am one of the ghost hosts here at Haunted Orange County.
If she doesn't get you with the ghost story, she's going to get you with the history. Because I will tell you, one of my favorite things about Amy is that she does her research. She is not looking to pass off bad history as good research.
And we are in the amazing Bowers Museum this evening, which is just a fantastic place. And tonight we had Amy Bruni telling us all about her history and some of the haunted locations that she's investigated.
Realizing that I do not turn into a pumpkin on November 1st, that I do exist in January, and we can still talk about ghosts, even though we just had Christmas.
Ghost hunters as well. And Steve also did a signing and a meet and greet. And so we're hoping to bring more folks out, but we love to do stuff here at Bowers because Bowers is such an incredible local gem here in Santa Ana, and we just absolutely love the fact that we have a beautiful auditorium and a beautiful space to invite people into.
Are they negative or demonic? I get this question a lot. And I just like to remind people that there are really, really terrible, awful people out there, and they die too, and they could become ghosts too. And so I think sometimes it's easier for us to put, a name to it, like, oh, it has to be a demon. It couldn't possibly be human in nature. When actually I think sometimes it's just a really bad ghost. This place alone has thousands of deaths. Obviously people lived out their days there. And we did lose children there. When you go to the cemetery, there are children who are buried there whose parents never showed up to pick up their bodies, and sometimes tuberculosis would go through, a flu would go through, and it was very unfortunate. But the thing with this location is that people became, as an investigator, you want to go in the spooky places, right? You don't want to go in the beautiful, bougie new winery and inn. You want to go to the hospital that's falling apart and you have to wear a mask because you're breathing in asbestos. That's where we want to go, right?
Well, I think one of the really important things to remember is that Amy is one of the most recognized women in the paranormal, right? And this is still a field that is very male dominated, and Amy has been doing this for a long time, right? She's been investigating for over 20 years, and while people knew her coming from Ghost Hunters and then moving with Kindred Spirits and her books and Strange Escapes and Haunted Road, her podcast, she was doing this long before she ever started actually being on TV, right? And one of the things I think that makes Amy so special, and it's really important, and I feel like all investigators should be doing this, is the fact that she really focuses in on the history.
We are going to the Old City Jail in Charleston, South Carolina. So Charleston is one of my absolute favorite cities. If you have not visited, I highly recommend it. This building in particular kind of looms back in downtown if you've been there. It just looks like a place you don't want to be at. And it was an operation, most likely died at home, which is very different now. But their body wasn't taken from the home. Their body was taken by a friend or loved one, usually prepared, washed, dressed, photo taken, waked for a number of days in the home so people could come pay their respects. And we just had this comfort with corpses and death and dying back then, A, because it was so much more prevalent, but B, because it did happen so close to us, right?
We're on all the socials, but you can usually find us mostly on our website, hauntedorangecounty.com. We are on Instagram and Facebook as well. So if you go on Instagram and look up Haunted Orange County, you will see our incredible logo with the skull orange on there. And every season is spooky season here at Haunted Orange County. So it's not just October in the traditional spooky season, but we do our haunted historical tours all year long, and we also bring great events like this event with Amy Bruni, but also we bring in special events like having a tour of the Bowers to learn the haunted history here, as well as all kinds of other things. So you got to follow us on the socials and check out our website to find out more about Haunted Orange County.